Where is the work? This question, let me tell you, so important. Whatever it is that you want to do or build or create, whatever change it is that's important to you, whether that's like within yourself or it's a change you're trying to have on others, some sort of impact you're trying to make. What is the actual work and where is the work to make that happen? This is something that I have really been putting the effort into stepping back and asking myself over the last year or so, both in my personal life and in my business. And it's been really helpful. Sometimes painful because you come face to face with all of the lovely ways that you like to distract yourself. But I have found it so useful to try at least to get more honest and clear about what the core of the thing is. So the way I think about this, because I'm quite a visual person, is I kind of imagine like a circle or an orb. And the center of that is like the core of the work. And it honestly feels like kind of hot and glowing. And there's usually a lot of like energy and excitement there. And it kind of literally feels like that's where the life is, like that's where everything radiates from. But there's also with that often a lot of fear and resistance, and whatever is in that space is usually hard. It's usually not easy. It's usually something that is going to require a lot of like growth on our part because it's probably outside of our comfort zone or something like that. And there are kind of these rings around that can sometimes be more like distractions, or maybe it's helpful, but it's not like as helpful. It's not like the core of the thing. And so to give you an example, something that I've realized recently for me is with something I'm working on right now. It's become really clear that Instagram is a distraction for me. And I can't be spending time on that platform or relating to that platform like I used to for this current work I'm doing or season of life I'm in or whatever it is. It's just like not working. It's not where the work is. The work is somewhere else. And I don't like making, even though, gosh, we really try, I don't like making these blanket statements of saying like, this thing is always a distraction or the work is always here or it's never there, because I think it's completely different person to person, case by case, totally depends on your season of life. And it changes over time, even within us. So Instagram used to be somewhere where the work was for me. That was a really impactful, meaningful place for me to show up. And now that has shifted, and that's okay. And getting honest with myself about that and making changes is so important. And, we're all working with our own bandwidth, our own time, our own money, our own energy, and that is different for every person. So how can we feel like we're making the most of that, or, directing it where it needs to go, and spending, putting the energy into that core, rather than putting all of that energy like circling around on those outer rings. And it is so natural to want to just like circle and float around those outer rings because, it's comfortable out there. Usually that's where things are more known. We've got more experience there. It's a little bit more comfortable. that core thing is often, even if it can be exciting, it can also be really scary because it's a stretch, because it's more new to us. It requires like different skills or new skills or whatever it is. So I should give you an example that would be helpful. So one thing I see come up a lot with people that I work with is they want to get more clients or make more money. And it, you might think that, I need to just like really double down on Instagram. Spend a lot of time and effort there and make all these posts, or I need to redo my website or whatever it is. And sometimes maybe that is the work. Like maybe that's exactly what you need to be doing. Or sometimes maybe it's you need to be sending a couple of hard and uncomfortable emails. Like maybe you need to be reaching out to past clients, or you need to be following up with someone who actually asked to hire you in the past. But it sounds simple, but simple doesn't mean easy. It can be so difficult and nerve-wracking to directly contact someone. So, the work might be, reaching out to a couple people or sending some hard and uncomfortable emails. And that might actually have more impact than, doing a month's worth of social posts or whatever it is. So something I try to do is ask myself, something that will kind of sometimes help me get to that core, is ask myself, if I only do one thing today, or one thing this week, or one thing this month, what is the one thing that I think would have the biggest chance of moving me towards what I want, or have the biggest impact? Or maybe I'm really not sure how it would turn out, but I know I would learn a lot from trying this. Like whatever direction this thing goes, I'm going to learn a lot just by trying. And getting honest with myself about that core one thing, and then trying to arrange things in my life so that I can put as much of my good energy towards that and really prioritize it. And that's how, we can make sure that we're moving forward the stuff that's really important to us and that's impactful. Yeah. So hopefully this is making some sense. Please let me know if not, but try this. Ask yourself what the work is, based on, it does not have to be business. It could be a personal thing. Whatever is feeling important to you right now. It might be a goal, but it might just be like a way that you want to feel. Like it doesn't have to be this super tangible, like X income goal. It can be a lot more nebulous than that. That's totally okay. But whatever that thing is, asking yourself what actions you have to take, or maybe there's some habits you'd like to try to put in place, or a skill you need to develop, or a practice to put into your daily life, like a routine, like going for a walk every day. I don't know. Could be anything. But getting curious about what that one thing might be, and allowing yourself to let go of things and places and spaces where the work isn't. And in this season, again, that might change over time or with different projects or whatever it is. But right now, for what's important right now, where does your center of gravity need to be? Where do you need to be putting all that like really good energy? And what can you let yourself let go of?